Crunch time, coming up big when it counts.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Crunch Time, where we come up big when it counts. I'm Dom with the great men, Sauce, Lukey, and Anth. How are we all going?
Not bad. Not bad. Not too bad.
Refreshed.
He's in high spirits. He's in high spirits.
We're always in high.
I'm putting it on the camera.
Pump up, mate. Pump up, mate.
We pass our love on to you, Anth. Obviously,
I feel like
we know what it's all about. We know what it's all about down here in Melbourne, mate. Don't you worry about that.
We sure
I feel
do.
like I'm Germany. I'm Brazil against Germany, and I've just gone down. Like it's 6-0, and it's going to be 7-1 very soon. It's that type of game. Just defeated.
Yeah.
Defeated.
If you don't know, Anth is in lockdown in Sydney. Anyone that's listening outside of Australia, so we feel for him. We've done it. We just got out of it today. So first day of freedom for Melburnians and Victorians. So let's go. Woo! Yeah, for a couple of days.
Good to be back.
Anyway,
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Boys, we're in our happy place, which is crunch time. Who gives a shit about all that crap? All right. Let's talk about some hobby stuff. Anything you've seen. This is what we're going to do for this whole podcast. But on top of anything that you've seen, we are going to talk about Mosaic and Chronicles Soccer. The best option, what would you collect? What would you invest in? Who are the players to look for? So, boys, quality of card as well. Whoever wants to kick it off, let's get into it.
Mosaic, so we're starting with that? Are we going to start with that?
Yes, sir.
Yep. All right. You want to go first, Anth? He's got his mic ready.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I guess before we get into that, it's National Weekend this weekend, which is big. I mean, do we want to talk about? I have this funny feeling that we're going to see a monster sale.
We'll start with the National. Let's start with the National.
It's National Week, isn't it? If it starts on Tuesday,
week
it goes Sunday or something like that.
No, week. It finishes on Sunday.
I have a feeling we're going to see there's a lot. This is the first year in 2 years that they've done it.
Yeah,
and it's going to be a lot of money in that room, a lot of card money in that room, and I think there's going to be a lot of egos in that room. And everyone saw what a big sale does for your brand. Like we saw Soccer.
Oh,
he's muted himself.
Lost him.
Oh,
he's done a Lukey.
I'm back.
Go. You're about to just drop it there. Go.
We saw with Sasha T when he, when he traded that Charizard, that was the talk of the hobby across probably every big account in the hobby. And that really boosted his brand. Everyone recognized him as, the big baller that makes the big trades under the big, eyes of everyone at I think that was the March Dallas show. Yeah. And this is obviously if you look at the venue, it's a much bigger layout. This National looks crazy compared to all the other shows. So I have a feeling we're going to have a really big sale. Something monumental, another trade like that, whether it's between him and someone else, or whether it's completely new people. But everyone's going. Everyone that we know, all the accounts that we follow, they're all going. I know after watching your interview with Cage, he's going, and Andrew's going, and I wouldn't be surprised if even they made a bit of a play because they. At the end of the day, making a play like that, getting that content is good for your brand. So I think there's going to be a lot of activity in the hobby this week. A lot of activity.
Back to back to the interview that you had with Cage on the weekend. Is his son going as well? Did he say?
I don't think Ian's going.
Because that story about his son pulling those cards out, I don't know what show. That was crazy. That was such a good story.
Zion Green Pulsar, and he sold it.
Yeah, that was such a good story.
Mate, if you believe the card's still a PSA, it's a PSA. All right?
Yeah, it's
Still there. Hey, it's plausible. They still got 15 million in backlog.
Yeah, I know.
So
You never know.
But
still be there.
it's going to be crazy. There's going to be something like you said, some big names there. There's going to be some big deals that are going to happen. Like the whales are coming out in force, mate. It's just who sets themselves apart, mate, as Free Willy. Literally as the dominant whale that just comes in and just goes, bang, this is the biggest
There'll be
trade.
camera crews everywhere. Don't you worry about that.
Bro,
Yeah,
everyone's
everyone's got their account.
Oh, man.
Everyone's got their, they're trying to post more content than the next person. I just hope it all goes through like smoothly, like we saw with the last show. That rat, that thief that was trying to steal the Dallas.
That's something you got to be careful of.
You got to be careful. I think I think people will be careful. Everyone's got each other's back at these places. But
I don't understand why you'd risk something like that. Like everyone knows each other here.
People are desperate now.
Reputation's a big thing.
You know why, Luke?
And I don't know
that
why
bloke's a lemon, mate. That bloke is a lemon right there.
Like he just fucked himself up. He can never buy a card of anyone again.
Yeah, but you got to think
or sell a card to anyone again.
Like, does that guy? But that guy's an idiot. Yeah, but what's his reputation in the hobby? You know what I'm saying? He's just the guy. If he had an account, for example, that's like us. We went over there, one of us, and we did that shit. That's it, man. You're done.
Yeah,
you're done.
Finished. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not condoning it and saying, oh yeah, you should go do it if you haven't got an account. It's wrong on all senses, like on all levels. Yeah, but it's like for him, he's just like Am said, he's just another fucking thief.
He can just get away with it, and
with no brains. Clearly,
you saw how desperate he was for the money. He went back the next day. He's just like, I'm gonna cash in. I'm gonna get the money. But you know what I'm going to be really interested in? I'm going to pay close attention to a few things. What's selling? Because I have a feeling that NBA and NFL might be the things that are bought up the most. Because people are always trying to plan ahead. Everyone's like, oh, NBA's it's finished now. There's a long season layoff and everyone's waiting for this drop. But because of that, I feel like it plays with people's like sentiment. They might get into the I can see a deal here. I'll buy up some stuff. I want to know what the card is because usually there's one big card from each show. The first Dallas show was Luka, I think. Then the second one, Then the second one was the first Dallas show that I remember. The second one was all the legends. The Messi, Ronaldo, the Jordans, Kobe's, and then it went to, I believe it kept that like legendary, like all the legends, but it focused on the tier even above that with like just Jordan fleas and then that. So it'd be interesting what's the play here? What's the move? What's the card that sells the most?
Does anyone want to make a crazy prediction? Anyone got one? Like,
I really think that people are going to be hitting NFL hard because now's the time. They've just rocked up to training camp. First day of training camp, I believe. When by the time this airs, will have been like 3 days ago. So I think NFL is going to be the big mover. As to say what any particular card, I just genuinely think this show's too big to even say that. Like. It's just too big. Like it is huge, right? The show's huge. How can you can't really keep tabs on, what's the card? I think the sport is more where you're going to be looking. I think NFL, like a lot of people there are going to be hitting NFL hard. The savvy buyers are going to be trying to go after some NBA guys and maybe, guys that have no one's really thinking about. Maybe people are thinking about the NFL. So, NBA might be the play for the savvy guys out there. And then other than that, I think possibly, it depends on what you're feeling, but I think NFL is going to be the sport that people are going to be hitting hard for.
Yeah, I think the trends are going to be set by people that are very influential in the hobby. There won't be an overall trend, like the overall trend of the show, like you're saying, Source is going to be like NBA, NFL type of thing. Yeah, people going there to buy that. But I think with Golden bringing in like guys like Ronaldinho, like I genuinely think vintage soccer may potentially get a run up here. I genuinely reckon more eyes are going to come on because of that. Because people start looking at him, and then because of the guys that are surrounded by him, and then they start branching out,
Yeah.
Because he played with guns, Ronaldo, R9 played with legends, and then there's like Rivaldo in there, Roberto Carlos, Cafu, all those guys. So I'll leave that as one thing. The one thing that, another thing, sorry, that I don't know. I've got this sneaky little suspicion that there was a little bit of a breadcrumb dropped yesterday by someone that's very influential in the hobby and has been a part of a lot of stuff, and that's Carvin. And he put up a picture of a Lewis Hamilton Dynasty card, and he spoke about how it was his, and he got it for a mate, and he's now sold that card off to his friend. You know what I mean? I genuinely think, along the lines of people influential like Carvin, I genuinely think that Tyler and Lou, like Tyler pushing soccer so hard and Lou so heavily focused on F1 at the moment, all it takes is him to go buy some massive dynasty card, like a Hamilton, a Leclerc, a Norris.
And Card Porn will apologize to me.
Bro, they're there, bro. I don't know if you looked at their story. They've got their little Where's Waldo thing. They definitely listen to our podcast on Saturday, because Cage was saying that Card Porn should go there and play Where's Waldo, and they should create a hashtag at the National saying Where's Card Porn. And 3 days later, mate, they literally created the hashtag. They took a photo. If you go it's like trying to spot who they are. Look into it how you want. Not that you're gonna achieve anything if you find out who they are.
When we were, except who Ant's going to be targeting, Ant's going to write his name down on the list.
Look,
don't run too far ahead on the cardboard thing, Ant, because you got to leave me something for Fire or Flame.
Yeah. What I wanted to say was, you might be right. I didn't even think about that, but F1 is going to be. I think it'll be quite, like, very interesting. It's a Formula One weekend as well.
Yeah. Under the radar.
Like that plays in.
People are going to be in the trying to do stuff. What time is it there? Oh, it's during the day, isn't it?
Yeah, but
at 12 o'clock. What time does it start? Like 10 or something? The show.
Yeah, look, I'm paying a lot of attention. I agree with Saucy though. I have a strong feeling that. I was looking at it today as well. For some reason, Brady seems like a little bit of a play. It's had like a nice, healthy dip, and then when you factor in who he is, he's coming to the end. I don't even know if he is coming to the end of his career, but he could go on for the next 20 years. But at the end of the day, like, he's a legend. He could contend again for another title. So I don't know, Brady. You might buy Brady now and then sell him, somewhere start of the season, first couple of weeks. That seems like a play.
I even reckon modern soccer might be something people are looking for. Like, something I saw today was, I sent it to our group chat, the Sanchos.
Yeah,
he's moved a little bit now. Moved in card prices. Now, when he starts at United, what's going to happen there? I think that might be something people are looking for, preparing for this new season of soccer coming along. Mbappe had a drop after his Euro performance. Sancho had a little bit of a drop, and now he's starting to move up again with the United sort of hype and stuff like that. So I think that could even be something that people are looking at.
Wouldn't mind the sneaky Sancho. That's not a bad little play.
Yeah, have a look at it.
I don't know. I just think it's going to be one of those things depicted by people that are very, very influential in the hobby, because they're going to be putting out content daily, and people at night when they're winding down are going to get on and see, what did so and so do today, and they'll sit there and be like, holy shit, they bought that. Is that the play? Is that the play? But like they know each other, So what's to say the next day they go up to so and so and they say, hey, do you reckon this could be a play? Like, I saw you bought this yesterday, or what have you bought since you've been here? And like, they talk and they work out stuff, and it's not like trying to pump and dump as much as people might think that. It's like this person's genuinely interested in this thing, and it rubs off on people. Like, how much have we spoken about soccer, and then like I've started buying more into soccer, and then we talk about basketball, and you guys have brought more into basketball, and it's based off of things that you listen to too. Like, we consider these people like our friends now over in the States. When you talk to them that much, and they come on your podcast, and you're talking to them, and you do all this stuff, and they say, "Oh, I'm interested in buying this." It's like, "Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm actually interested in that type of thing, but I like this player." Or that type of card in that genre, and then you focus on that. That's all it is. It's just everyone wants to use that as a pump and dump because so and so with a gazillion followers is buying this, then it must be the thing to buy, and then it drops in price. Well, it's just it's a double-edged sword for people that are like a whale account in the hobby with humongous following. It's a double-edged sword.
Speaking of, I know Lukey just said about modern soccer, but have you seen the price of Foden? Like, he's
I don't look at Foden.
Hard.
Really?
That might be the biggest shock I've seen in the longest time.
Actually.
He was 1,100 going into the Euro, 1,150 for his optic PSA 9, optic holo PSA 9.
How much? 1,100.
Yeah, for the Donruss, the one that I've got, and now it's
the base.
315 for the optic holo PSA 9.
Shit.
That's a huge drop off. So that's the optic.
That's the optic PSA 10. Is that the one you're talking about?
No, the 9s. Look at the 9s. Look at that drop.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, $70. They were.
I don't know how they did that.
That's 1 year. That's 1 year. But we'll just go 3 months. It was like 160.
Fucking hell.
As high as 275. And then, down to $70, less than $70 now. I mean, even the PSA 10. The PSA 10 pop is 283. The PSA 9 is only 255. But honestly, guys, you've got to think that there's a lot of these still at PSA. I'm not sure how you get
price on that on the 10.
On a 10, latest price, last sold 290.
Do you reckon there is that many a PSA though for these? Like, there'd be at least. I just don't know how many of these there are going to be there.
I don't know if there's going to be that many that get 10s. These are tough cards to grade. You know what?
Bro, Foden just got killed for the fact that he didn't get any minutes. So I reckon it's just such a great time to buy him. Honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
He's going to dominate.
That's very interesting.
You got to remember this kid. He's got a point.
Look at that drop.
That's massive.
That's the holo PSA 9.
That's the card.
311.
That is ridiculous.
Jesus.
That's crazy.
And what was your entry point, Anth?
700 something. So go back even a bit more.
So you are taking an hour right now. Let's go 1 year.
Mine would be that one there.
One more
up. Somewhere in between, right there.
Did you buy it off eBay?
Actually, Stephen bought it for me, so he might have bought it off eBay. Stephen's quite good like that. That's nasty.
Maybe that's the one there.
No, that's not it. This was before. This was before Champions League.
Oh, okay.
The thing is with City players, because their depth is so they've got such good depth, they get rotated a lot. So it's something I don't like about buying City players. Like, I have a Jesus Prism number to I think 199, and that's something I'm like, I don't know why I bought this, because this season we'll probably get more minutes, but it's not something I love buying City players, to be honest.
Interesting. I mean,
it's because they just get rotated so much.
It's a solid L. I'll take the L. Anyway, moving in, since we're here, modern soccer.
Let's go. Mosaic Chronicles, boys.
That was a great segue. Jesus.
What are you going to take?
Great segue.
Luke, you shouldn't be surprised at this point. We've been doing this for too long.
I know.
Elite, man.
You
like every time.
as well. It's like volleyball. You volleyed it up to me. I spiked it, and Tom just had to finish. That's it.
Bro, we've all transitioned on this show, like to different segments, different headsets. Clearly, you know.
I
Thanks
knew
to,
it was coming. That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Razer
It's just-
Gaming. Good
It's
old
just
Razer
clean.
Gaming.
It's just clean, you know, movement. But boys, yeah,
Razer they didn't even hit me back about what they did. They just didn't care. I don't blame them. But
they're scared what
fuck.
they're going to send, bro, because you're going to put them on blast again. I
Yeah,
would have
I
got
know.
scared in putting clips like
Oh,
that. Are you for real?
If that
Get
was
out of here.
unmuted, you should have heard. I'm sure you could probably read my lips on what I was saying, but fucking up.
But seriously, boys, we
Yeah.
keep digressing here. We got to give the people what
Sorry.
they want. Mosaic or Chronicles?
I'll kick this off. My heart's torn because obviously Chronicles has a special spot in my heart. It was the first real like bunch of boxes that I bought and ripped in the hobby. I've obviously got the biggest card from last year's set, like the Messi cracked ice. But I mean, all right, let's go just value for money. Value for money right now, if I was to buy a box, I would open Chronicles. I think you can get better, higher end cards from Chronicles than you can in Mosaic. You're more likely to get 3 good autos or 2 autos and a memorabilia card from Chronicles, as well as a bunch of rookies across 3 leagues, and it'll play out long term. You can send those for grading, sell them raw. That's why I would lean to Chronicles. Chronicles also, I believe, this year cheaper. So last year's Chronicles might be out of reach right now. I think that's still up $750, $800 mark. But Chronicles Soccer, I should double check it just to make sure. I believe that this year you can get a H2 box for about $150, and you can get H2 box, which is the hybrid box. You can get that for 80 USD.
For Chronicles?
For Chronicles.
Shit.
80 USD. You can get a regular seal box for about 230 USD. So that's, if you compare this year to last year, $500 different, pretty much. And I think that's, if you're just purely for the rip, I think you load Chronicles. I think maybe even just have a bit of fun next week. If I can get a box in from America, I would rip one, because I haven't ripped a box in ages and I'm waiting to do one. But I think Chronicles is a fun rip. 3 leagues, 15 cards each. Mosaic, it's just, if I was buying singles, I'd go Mosaic. But even still, when I opened my Mosaic La Liga, when I did it for my mates, when I did the break for my mates, the condition of the cards is pretty poor. It's bad enough where you've kind of got to battle both getting a good card and hope it's in good condition. I hate that. I hate that feeling, because you could get a great card and all of a sudden it's shit. Like it's not worth anything because it's a PSA 6. So what was the point of getting the good card in the first place? I would buy singles from, each of the La Liga, Serie A, and the Euro. I would buy key singles, Camavinga, Saka. Who else is in that? What's the bloke we all love now? What's his name? I've gone blank. Is the one that everyone's talking about
Doku
from that last Euro? Doku's in there.
My boy.
And there's another one, but
Is that not the one you're talking about?
No, I was talking about someone else.
The 1920 Panini Chronicles Soccer La
Liga
Liga
Damn,
Serie
yeah.
A box, hobby box is $750 last sold. So
Yeah.
those ones are
What was that?
well up in price. $750 AED last sold on the Chronicles 1920 hobby box.
Oh, right. I thought you were talking about Mosaic. I was like, what the hell?
Nah.
Yeah.
But that box you can get bigger hits in. And I'll explain why. Like that box you can get, there's a lot of autos that are very short numbered. And there's a lot of big, like, you've got obviously the whole Cracked Ice series. You've got Fati in there. You've got Greenwood in there. The rookie tickets are in there. So there's a lot of key cards that are rarer in print run, because I don't think that was printed very much.
Would you entertain the opportunity of getting one of those, the Timor variant from 1920?
I never got that. No.
I mean, last sold's around 160, 180, 150.
It's not a bad
105 here, one on auction.
Jeez, that's cheap.
I mean, not too bad. It's if you're saying that you reckon the rookie class out of that 1920 is better than 2021. I mean,
it's worth it. Yeah. But the thing is,
I'm not sure if they have autos in that though. I think it might just be parallels.
There's no autos, and there's I don't think there's very many parallels either. Like, for instance, put it this way: I opened, I think, 4 boxes of 2019, 2020 Chronicles, and those 4 boxes were a Greenwood that ended up being a PSA 8, so whatever, a Mason Mount PSA 10. That I ended up shipping that off to PSA, comes back PSA 10, sold that for, I think it was 600, 650, whatever it was. What else? We've got Rodrigo. I had a gold power, so basically like a super refractor of Bernard Leno, Xavi auto patch, Pirlo auto patch. Like, it was crazy.
You pulled all those?
All of those from, 3-4 boxes.
That's huge.
And I think I got a Declan Rice gold out of 25. Like, great box to open. But this year's looks like it's a lot harder to get big boy cards. Like, I went to the break, I got a Totti and I sold that. But that Totti was numbered out of 500. Last year, the best autos were out of 23, out of 99. That's it. Out of 500, it's a lot of cards.
There's Lamptey and stuff like that. I've been looking for Lamptey autos, and out of 500 ones, I've just been leaving. I'm just like, nah. I think even Tonali,
they slap on for that.
Yeah, no, even Tonali in this one,
the big one.
He's out of 500 as well. I'm pretty sure.
It's just
auto in this one.
Look, yes. So the feeling here for me on this Mosaic and against Chronicles. Look, I don't have much experience with the Chronicles in opening any. Actually, I was happy to find a few fat packs out in the wild today, so I'll be ripping those on stream at some point. Yeah, I was happy about it. But look, I don't mind Mosaic, but I'm with Anth, and I've said this to people. I've had people ask me, in my DMs, like asking me about what do I think about this box, what do I think about this, and and someone asked me about the Chronicles team or China, and compared to like the Euro Mosaic, and I'm like, look, the thing is with Mosaic, and I just reiterate the exact same thing that Anth said is, from breaks I've watched, live breaks and things, you're battling a condition, sensitive boxes. There's boxes out there where the cards are literally stuck together, right? So there'd be nothing worse than you investing in a box of them, and then all of a sudden you open that up and all the cards are like got sticky residue on it. And then you've also got to battle, a lot of Mosaic cards have had dents. I watched a few breaks. West Oz cards did a few Mosaic breaks. And, even he was like showing the card to the camera and going, have a look at that. Look at all the scratches on the card. And that was just one. And then you pull out the next card and you go, oh, look, dents all over the card. And it was just like, wasn't just like one, two cards.
Like that big. Yeah, Prism's like that too, bro. Prism's crazy like that. Their quality control with them.
Yeah. It's the same. It's the same with the Prism from this year. It's the same with Prism from this year. Look at that. Bent, it's bent as, but like, man. That's cards for you. That's why you put it in the top loader so you can straighten it out. But
yeah,
the thing is, it having already dents in the card, or already having surface scratches straight off the bat on the card, and Mosaic, unfortunately, it's just the way that it is. And it was very similar with basketball. The basketball Mosaic, when they released it, the first Mosaic of that type last year, was very much the same. Domino's, I ripped a hell of a lot of it. So, you know, I
Those
had a
sellers.
similar. Those cellos, mate.
And you got shit all, mate.
On fire.
I got 2 left, and I will
He's
not
got
be
more.
ripping them. No, I got 2. That's my last 2. That's my last 2.
Why don't you rip one now? You know how I used to convince you on every single podcast, bro. Rip a Mosaic, bro.
I still can't believe that time you did it on the pod. I can't believe it.
Therefore, the carnival dice breaking game, mate. Don't you worry about that. The number one breaking game in the business.
The plug.
Good plug. I like it.
Yeah, go join the Carnival Breaks Facebook page, ladies and gentlemen. But as I said, I'm leaning towards, like, I think Chronicles, I feel like the quality of the card out of Chronicles, I don't know how I'm saying this, because, you know, if you talk about Chronicles in NBA circles, Chronicles is a piece of shit product, even though I love it because it's stacked with rookies and it's a fun rip. And I actually like some of the cards that are in there. But people in NBA circles are absolutely talked down on Chronicles massively. It's literally a rubbish product. People have it down there with hoops and the like, Donruss. But I'm leaning towards the Chronicles. I feel that the quality of the cards is actually better. So there's less chance that if you invest in a box that you're going to, you know, you're already battling pulling a good cards out of the box. That's part of the risk. But you're also not battling the condition. You know, there is going to be occasions where the condition's bad. That's just cards for you. But I just feel with Mosaic, it's so, like, it's literally so much more. Like, the condition with it is just so much more.
Imagine when you get a big card and then you go to, like, you know, you like go to celebrate and you realize that things all over it. Yeah, I mean, like, you can't sell it. You literally can't sell it. So
it's funny we say all this as Lukey shows us today that he purchased 2 Mosaic. What was it? Were they Euro or
Hobby.
La Liga?
Yeah, Mosaic Euro Hobby.
Yeah. So look, I still think at the price that they're at and where they've come from, like, you got to remember what were they? People were trying to flog them
700
off
Australian at the start.
Yeah. 700 Australian. Yeah, 500 USD.
I told you boys this privately when, you know, I pre-ordered. I paid the deposit, like $50 per deposit, and this was back when boxes were pre-ordering at like 700. And I pre-ordered a few because that's at the time I was like, oh yeah, this will definitely be a good product when it comes out and it'll hold its value. By the time it came out, it was like $400 box. And now, what'd you get it today for, Lukey?
I got 2 for $280 each, Australian.
$280 each Australian.
And that's including, like, ship my cards, and I think I even put a little bit on for when it gets shipped here. So it was around $280 total to my door each.
I was going to pay $650 each.
Yeah.
And I'm just like to them, no, just keep the $50. Like, okay, I take the L on that. But instead of taking it'd be equivalent to a $400 L, I'm just like, nah.
Yeah.
But speak about that, Anth. That's like understanding and seeing the market. And unfortunately, Anth, you weren't listening to the Double Coverage podcast, because if you were, I was been telling people don't pre-order. Stay away from the pre-orders. They're sucking people in. It was the way last year. It was the way last year. I'm not going to hold that against you, Anth. Exactly. It was the way last year, right? And that's what we knew. But that's not the market today. And this is where you need to adapt. And if you're smart, you need to adapt. And pre-ordering is not the way anymore. I tell people, don't pre-order. And if everyone has this thing to not pre-order, what happens? The boxes come out. They go, oh, shit, last year where we were getting 500 orders on pre-order, we're only getting 50. We're going to have to drop the price of the box. And it's happened with a number of retailers. Prism basketball retail coming out at $800 pre-order at some retailers, now selling the same box for $550, right? And boxes all across Facebook for $400, $430, $450. Go me today. Go to a local retail. Get one
on many levels, even retail. Like, funny you say that. I've got 8 blasters of Prism left, and I've got it up on eBay around about comps, maybe a little bit over, but I'm barely getting any offers. I'm just getting like cheap little offers here, and usually, and I compare that to Donruss when I had Donruss blasters, and I was selling those. I listed that up, and I sold 3 within the first 15 minutes. Bumped up the price $20, sold the rest of them within the hour.
Is that this year or last year?
That was this year's Donruss. And you compare that time to this time with Prism. You know, like
That's crazy.
yeah,
I wouldn't
yeah.
expect that at all. I expect it to be the other way around. Don Ross is
I
struggling.
saw
You're struggling
Don
to sell
Ross.
that, and Prism's going out the door.
I sold Don Ross for, believe it or not, about. Well, let me double check. Let me give you the accurate number. I'm pretty sure I sold Don Ross at $80 US per blaster.
Do you want me to talk about? Sorry, go through this first, and then I'll go through
Yeah,
Chronicles of
70
Mosaic.
US. I sold all my blasters for, and I've got my Prism blasters up at 90 US, and they're not selling. So I'm just like, wow. And apparently the comps, like the latest comps show, it's about 70 US for Prism blasters. And very interesting.
Wow,
Very interesting.
it is
Go,
interesting.
Lukey.
Honestly, Anth, my advice on that would be if you can hold on to that capital, would be take those down and wait till the start of the NBA season again, because those boxes will be going for over 100 US. Now it depends on where you are, what you want to do. I'm
more than happy to hold on to it. Like it doesn't. It's not.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Don't drop the price. Like if someone's willing to pay that price, then yeah, you take it. But or else just hold on to them. And I feel like the market will have a bit of a resurgence in box prices at some point. But for the time being, like I think pre-ordering is not the way to go. And it's smart of you to take the $50 L, because or else, let's be honest, you're down 400. Instead of being down
50 per
50
box?
bucks.
Yeah,
Yeah, 50 per box. You're down
$400
400 per
per
box.
box.
That's right.
That's crazy.
Speaking
So-
of taking, it's the opposite of taking L's, I opened up another, as you know, I spoke about this last week. I opened up one box of that blasters, got the silver LaMelo. I opened
Was
up
that from a
another one.
blaster? I thought that was from a booster. No,
Blaster.
that was from a blaster. Okay,
Blaster.
not the,
Blaster.
Open
the
up
box.
another
Yeah,
one,
not the
I get-
packs.
Another one I got this.
Oh
Green
my god,
American.
And
This
this
guy.
in the same one.
Yeah.
that base, or is it-
Widescreen.
Mate,
Let's
all
go,
I get
mate.
is these bloody shit mem cards. Look.
I keep
Oh.
getting, out of the two
Spuds.
blasters I've opened, 2 from 2 I'm with Eric Gordon.
Spud.
Yeah, no, it's the mem cards are the
Spud.
worst.
Well, that's the
Yeah,
worst
Jackson.
part, mate. I opened 5 of them. You got a chance of a mem card or an auto, and I got 4 mem cards, 1 auto.
Oh, that sucks. Who was the auto at least?
It was a rookie auto, or Isaiah Stewart from the Detroit
Pistons.
Pistons. I don't know.
Is he
I
all
don't
right?
know.
I've heard a bit of. I've heard people talking about him recently. I haven't done
Look,
enough research into him.
You know, I don't know. I had a look at his statistics. Nothing special. But I don't really know much about him. The
cool.
price on the card is, I've taken massive L's on opening those boxes, but it's part of the hobby. I got them for retail. So if there is a point where you're going to open some boxes, it's when you get
gonna
them
be
at
that.
retail, or when you get them at a good price. And even like those Euro Mosaic Lukey that you bought, like at that price there, like I'm happy to have take the punt and have and open a box,
Yeah.
But at $800, $700, what they
Nah.
were trying to sell them for, I'm going, no way. There is no chance I'm opening it at that price. You're just better
At
off
200
picking off singles, because you
Yeah.
go. This is how you got to do it. You got to go look at some of the more expensive cards in the box and go, what is that selling for on eBay? If I hit that card, if that card there isn't covering my cost of the box, what's the point? Because the chances of hitting that is like 1%, and then I go sell that and I can't even get recoup the box price. Doesn't make sense to me.
True. Just go buy
Yeah.
the single. 100%.
Go buy the
And
single.
that was the way that Azuro explained Serie A Mosaic to me when it first came out. Because I was like, I really want to buy a box. I'm like, $700. I'm probably not going to spend $700 on it, because if I rip it, you're not going to get your value back. And that's what he said. He goes, look at the autos that are in that box. None of those are worth more than what the box is selling for. So why would you do that? And now that box in Australia, I think the cheapest I've seen is about $400, but you could probably get them cheaper than that from the
You can
States.
get
I
them
reckon.
cheaper in from the States, yeah.
There you
And the
go.
thing is, when a particular retailer had a discount code on their, I think it was just their whole website or whatever, the Serie A Mosaic box was down to $360, and they still didn't sell out. So that's why I'm like, what? Like, I'm still not going to buy this. Like, if they're not selling out $360, I'm going to wait till someone has them $300 or $350-ish, and then I'll consider buying one.
Honestly, it's a $220 box. I'll be honest with you. It's a $220
$220,
box.
you reckon?
Seriously, mate.
Hobby, $220.
It's
Oh, yeah.
well, don't forget, maybe just rewind 3 years ago, Prism Basketball used to sell, hobby boxes used to sell for 220, yeah?
Yeah.
Mate,
So-
you can. We know someone today that picked up Prism retail for $190.
Yeah. Yep.
A
Someone
box.
picked up a 2021 Prism retail box for $192 today. So it is out there. The prices are out there where
From an
some points
Australian
you're gonna be lucky.
retailer, by the way, from a retailer.
Yep.
It wasn't
Yep.
like an online purchase. Went in store and got it for $192.
Yeah, bought it over the counter, which is unbelievable, but good to see. And
I love that
like,
shit. I love those stories.
Yeah.
I love
It's-
it.
it's the way it should be.
Retail is becoming it's becoming easier to cop, and it should be.
Sure.
Let's be honest, it should be.
And when it comes around, like when NBA Optic is going to come around pretty soon, which is my favorite product to have, really. I wonder if I'll be able to get a blaster without a bot this time on EB. I
reckon
doubt
you
it,
will.
but I hope so. I hope so.
I reckon
But
you will.
we'll see.
Who knows?
I've got a little strategy for you, Lukey, which we can.
I was actually
can
going to
let you
maybe
in,
try it. To
let
be
you
honest.
in, let you in off air, and
Yeah.
I reckon that will.
Are we thinking
be
of the
able to-
same thing? Are we thinking of the
Yeah,
same
I think
thing?
so. I think that will definitely
It'll
be able
work.
to guarantee you. It will guarantee you, mate.
It's been
It will
tried and
guarantee
tested
you.
once, so at least
It has been
try it
tried
again.
and tested, and I was able to get 10 boxes. And happy days, mate. Don't you worry about that.
Yeah.
Just before we do move on, Lukey, just give your take quickly on Mosaic and
Yeah,
Chronicles.
that's what I was going to go back to that. So I've been writing notes here with. I'm sure people can see my pen and my notepad here. Oh, where is it? My pen and my notepad. Just because I don't want to forget what I'm talking about. I actually changed my mind when Anth was talking there and Saucy as well. I actually changed my mind. Definitely for a rip, I would be going Chronicles just because there's different brand. I think there was like 12 brands in it for this.
They had NT in
this
there as
season.
well, didn't they?
Yeah, that's what I got. I got Optic, NT, the rookie tickets. They had Prism in there as well. That'd be sick to pull it. Compared to Mosaic, I gotta say, like singles, I'd be buying Mosaic just because in Chronicles there's a lot of shitty cards in there as well. Like Certified, I don't really like. Prestige, I don't like. What's that other one? First Points or something like that.
Mm.
Even those, there's a lot of cards in there I don't like. So that's why, I don't know. It's a fun to rip, because you can get those bigger cards probably compared to what you can get in Mosaic. What are we getting up?
This
Yeah, like
this
that
is the
there.
checklist.
Chronicles.
I don't
Yeah.
like that.
It all comes out to
Select
every
as well.
person's
Select
preference,
in
but it's
there.
got the select in there, which is nice.
Yeah.
Last year's was so much better.
Optic, there we go. There's
Crown Royale.
Crown Royal. NT.
Like
NT in
NT
there.
is the highlight of the box, but it's just not the same. It's not the same.
It's because it's sticker auto as well. I reckon that has something to do with it.
Yeah,
Sticker
but
auto
like,
and NT
if
shouldn't
sticker
be a thing.
auto, they don't. You can mask a sticker auto quite well. No pun intended.
Oh, I've seen people taking some photos of some sticker autos recently that
And
they
it just
look
looks
very
like
on card.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're doing it, but it's crazy. They're doing a good job. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. Like Saucy said as well. So I reckon Mosaic in, say, NBA and stuff like that is higher than Chronicles because in NBA it's sort of trash. But in soccer it's a bit different because it's got all the different brands from higher value brands like Optic and NT and stuff like that. So it's a little bit different. Personally, single. I wouldn't be probably ripping Mosaic out of the two. I'd be buying the Mosaic singles because I really like the numbered ones and stuff like that.
A lot of autos.
Yeah, so I'd say. Sorry.
A lot of autos in this, man.
Yeah.
But then on
That's what I
the
mean,
other
like,
hand,
it's a great rip.
Mosaic, you can get a Beckham auto, Maradona auto. Yeah, there's big boy autos in that too.
I think
And the numbered ones in that are a lot less as well. Like there's no out of 500.
Chronicles is good because like it's a variation, like you're saying, boys, like across the board. Like I'd go there before Mosaic because it's a fun rip. It is because you can get 3 different leagues, a whole bunch of different brands of cards. You know what I mean? And you can make sets, get hits, and whatever. Like that's the fun part of that. I think Mosaic, though, if you're asking me, singles like you boys. If you want singles, you can get sick color matches, numbered cards. Like that's the cool stuff, especially like Mosaic Euro now. getting color matches with guys, and like it's pretty cool, that type of stuff. But the quality control, like you said at the start, boys, it was horrendous.
I think
In
that Euro
Mosaic,
Mosaic set
it
is
was
so.
shocking.
Like I think I said it a few weeks ago. I think it was my fire. The Euro Mosaic set, like for 280 Australian dollars, I don't see it getting much lower than that. And the players that are in it, I can see them really popping off as well. Some that have RCs in that they don't in, say, Topps Chrome, for example. I was talking to a few people during the week because it was a bit off topic, but this sort of came up. Like, would you rather what would be the most desirable soccer rookie? And I was like, would it be Mosaic? Would it be something from Chronicles? Would it be your Topps Chrome, for example? And like Cardale, for example, goes. He said something like, because I was actually talking about the Topps Chrome Merlin. I messaged a few people during the week just to chat about it. And he goes, if you look at it coming from basketball, for example, coming from basketball, like Chronicle, like Source was saying, Chronicles is rubbish, trash, and Mosaic's a bit higher, not premium, but a little bit higher. But yeah, it's a bit different in soccer, I guess, because you've got like your optics and your select and stuff like that in Chronicles. But yeah, for me, it's Mosaic singles, and probably a rip would be Chronicles, like you boys said. But that changed my mind actually, because I was going into this, I was very against anything Chronicles, just because I don't like a lot of the brands in it. But when you like, yeah, you sort of swayed me there.
Done.
Beautiful. All right, let's move on to some fire or flame. Boys, go for it.
I gotta think.
You know what? I might not have one.
Oh,
that's very rare for me. I'm gonna go second on this one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think and go about.
So my fires are usually stuff that I'm looking at myself, and I've already used my my Mosaic Euro one a few weeks ago. And that's all I've really been looking at.
Not buying any more Ossiman.
I'll say
I got two.
I've got enough.
I got two fires this week.
This is something that I picked up a couple of weeks ago. It is, and I've spoken about this. So I've spoken about Street Fighter boxes, but these are the cards that I actually found in mint condition. These are the holofoil.
They're sick.
So these, I think, come one per box. And I managed to get all four. And it says 1 out of 4 Chun-Li.
That's sick.
I gotta find out if I can HGA grade these.
That'd be sick in a HGA slot.
I don't think I can yet, but
nah.
Whether it's HGA or PSA, I gotta make a post on these. These are sick.
No,
back to one of Ant's fires from a few weeks ago while you're showing those off. I saw someone trying to sell a raw Fanimation for $1,000.
Really?
I don't know if anyone bought it. I really hope they didn't.
You gotta make
that animations post ASAP.
The Fanimations post hasn't like, I mean, the Fanimations, it's still very affordable. So if anyone who's listened to this podcast previously, Ed talked about that as a fire previously. It's the Upper Deck Fanimations. There's 5 cards in the set. Ed believes that it's like you need to get the whole set for it to be worth.
There it is.
Worthwhile.
And the best part is it's
so I think I've only got the 2 Jordan ones.
The key part is artwork by Jim Lee, prominent Marvel figure. Like it's a big thing. That's I think these like look at the back. Look at this. They look so cartoony and comic like. Like I'm a big fan of them. Big fan. I want to make that post. I'm gonna probably get that done today.
Got a whole bunch, mate, sitting in the ship my cards. Don't worry. Sauce and I may have bought a few. Did you buy some, Sauce? I know I went a bit nuts on
I haven't bought any.
But
I got one on bids, luckily.
That's right. You did too.
Yeah.
You did too. I love it. So, boys, 2 fires. All right.
2.
I'll end with the big one to end the show because we haven't talked about it yet. But the first one, and I can't believe, like, I know I started this thing last week, and wherever it goes, yeah. But with the whole downtown inserts and stuff like that. But I was going through today and I'm like, oh, I saw a post by HGA for a card that was slabbed. And you know me, I don't know many, like I don't know prospects in baseball. And I've never given anything to do with baseball in my life on any podcast at all. But what I do know is key guys. And I do know legends. And I know what people have said, and these are the guys you should collect. Now, these aren't rookie cards, yeah, but they're prominent figures in the game. And I understand when I say this is a fire, you're going to be, yeah, but the licensing isn't with Panini. I don't give a shit. The cards are numbered. They are cheap, super affordable. You can get them. You can get base cards numbered to $9.99. You can get variants that are short printed. You can get them to $3.49, $2.49, $1.49, all the way down to a 101 in a black. So the card is Donruss 2021 baseball unleashed. That's the
Can we get one up
insert.
on the screen, Saucy?
I can. Do you
Yeah.
want me to get up, Source? Or you got it?
Already done, brother. Which
Bang.
player? Any
You can
player in
get
particular?
Tatis up. You can get Acuna up.
Right.
You can
I'll
get
Tatis.
Trout up. You can get Babe Ruth is in this set. Nice
Do
looking
they come
card.
in? Do they come in
All the-
optic as well? Or is it just
It
the
comes
normal?
in. I've got it here. It comes in. Where are we? Where did I lose it now? Here. It comes in diamond, pink fireworks, rapture, vector. The bronze is numbered to $9.99. Silver to $3.49. Blue to $2.49. Red to $1.49. Gold $99. Green
Oh wow!
and black is a 101.
That's just the base.
That is a
That sort of looks like
vector.
Mojo, doesn't it?
A rapture or a vector. I think that's a vector source.
That sort of looks like Mojo, don't you reckon?
That's the
Yeah.
back.
That's a vector. I'm pretty sure that's the vector.
Yeah, that's sick.
So you can obviously you
And
just
it's got
can't see
the
their
like the
logo.
Kaboom font there too. If you look at it,
Well, I
Yeah.
mean that's a sold listing. You can buy one for $5.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
far out. And what's his rookie? Is that his rookie yet? No, he's
Nah.
his rookie's 2019, isn't it? What are these 21?
Yes,
Yeah, 19.
Yeah.
I think.
there's a
There's
Babe
a
Ruth.
Babe Ruth.
What's the other guy everyone's buying at the moment as well?
All the backgrounds are the same.
You said
in
his
terms of
name
like you
before.
got the Lions.
What was
and
his
the-
name? The other
and
guy. The other
Mike
guy. Everyone's,
Trout,
no, not Trout. The other guy.
Otani.
He's
Acuna.
like yeah, Acuna. That's him.
Otani is not in the set. I had a look.
Okay.
He's not in the set. But Acuna's in there. Tatis is in there.
Yeah.
I just
I
reckon
know
I just reckon
zero
they're sick
about
looking cards.
baseball. All I
But
know is Tatis.
I'm a
Acuna,
Yankees
that's it.
fan, yeah, and they got Judge in there. So I'm probably going to look to go get an Aaron Judge.
They're pretty cool.
So that's just some of the things.
Compared
Yeah,
to those
Mookie Betts is
Kabooms,
in
they were
there.
like 100
There's a
and
Mookie
something.
Betts number to 99.
Look at that. That's the 99 or best
Get it
offer.
up.
You can probably get that even cheaper.
and
it's
got
numbered.
0 bids with 2 hours left.
Look, it's numbered.
That's sick. What the hell?
Come on. We're talking about numbered cards and stuff like that. Like, Saucy loves Mookie Betts.
I just
But
made
he's
an
got
offer
15, bro. He's just got bang. Bro, you got to offer 30 for that. It's numbered to 99, bro.
It's got no bids on it with 2 hours left, man.
Doesn't matter.
Come off
He's not
it.
going to accept. He's not going to
Actually,
accept $15, bro.
That reminds me, there's a Baku mosaic out of out of 10.
25. There you go.
There you go. Easy,
I've offered 25.
bro.
I was
You
going to say,
walk
did he
away.
hit you back already with 25?
No, I offered 25. Let's
There
see
you
what
go. You
happens.
walk away with a number to 20. Number to 99.
It's number to 99. I'll take that. I like Mookie Betts.
Who's the I was gonna say Luca. Who's the Giannis of baseball?
Otani.
Probably Otani at the moment, but he's not in this set.
But has he won something?
No, but he's got the most home runs so far. I'm pretty sure this season.
Oh, okay.
But you got to remember, just remember with Otani. Like, I think he's fantastic for the sport. I don't watch the sport, but I've listened to a lot of people say he's dominating. He plays for the Angels. He's dominating in a team. Mike Trout's injured at the moment. He's not actually playing. So it's like,
I'll be honest with you, I can't get into baseball.
yeah, I can't either. But there is players that I do like, and like
I
I
was
said,
gonna say,
I'm
I
a
think the
Yankees
cards are pretty
fan,
cool.
So I'll definitely be looking at trying to get a judge. That's just me. So that's my little play again. I love these types of cards. I just like the way that they look.
It's the
So,
whole
yeah.
set here, fellas. Buy the whole set.
Whole set. What's it worth?
That's the well, it's at $55 on auction. I'll add that to the watch list.
That's elite. Anyway, that's the first one. All right. And to finish the show, the second fire this week.
I've got
All
one,
right.
by the way. It's a quick one.
Actually,
You
you
go
go first because I got to
Me
end
go
it on
first?
this.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Mine is starting to, it might even be a little bit maybe late now, but start looking at players in soccer, modern, that are moving to big clubs. Because there's one or two I've already seen. Like we've seen Sancho move already. I don't know if it's just a few auctions, to be honest, but a lot like Sancho's starting to move after his big move. There's other players on the move at the moment, and I think there might be some opportunities there. One I'm looking at.
Hakimi.
Hakimi, yeah. Hakimi's he's gone. He's already there over at PSG. One I'm looking at the moment, just because I don't know if I should start giving these out. I don't know. Should I just give a name or not?
Give one. That's it.
Okay. One I'm looking at is James Maddison from Leicester. This can go two ways. He goes to Arsenal, which is the suitor at the moment. And hear me out. He goes to Arsenal, and he's
We're not a
he's
big
the
club.
guy. He's the guy at Arsenal. If he goes to Arsenal, I'm sorry,
Got a
but
Super League, bro.
he's the guy. If he goes there, there'll be a bit of hype around him, and maybe a flip opportunity. Maybe he might do well this year. The second after Christmas this year, towards the end of the season, he was doing really well. So it's either he makes a move, and I can maybe flip those cards, or he stays at Leicester and he's going to be playing Europa League this season, and he might also do a little bit there. So that was my play with that. I've picked up quite a few. See how we go. He's a player that I like as well, especially when Prism started to get that run up. Because in Prism, he's got an RC, from 2019. Those started to get a run up when soccer obviously got its run up. And now if you look at them now, they're very, very affordable. I think I got 4, even though it's base, I got 4 base today for 11 US on bids. I got two multicolors for 11 on bids. 2 rookie tickets, I think, was about $12 on bids.
Go.
There might not be huge margins on these cards, but you never know. I think he could have a good season. I really do.
I'll read it.
I like it.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
boys.
mine.
You know what I'm going to
Bring us home.
You know what I'm going to bring us home on. We've got a G up. We're in a good mood. Bring it home with. I don't know how we haven't spoken about this yet, but honestly, the last week has just been so good. It's been the most entertaining week. I've been so happy. I've been Sauce and I have just been embroiled in this, and we didn't even want to get embroiled in this because one of our very own in this podcast, and I've loved every second of it. I love every second, boys, for the fact
Oh my god!
that the opposing account has stood absolutely no chance. As much as they think they've stood a chance, and they'll probably listen to this. You've actually stood no chance, and the fact that you think that you can somehow appoint the Le Mans of the week yourselves, you've just got absolutely no idea. The first thing I'm just going to state here on Crunch Time is, that Conor McGregor interview where he said, "I'm going to apologize," and I apologize to absolutely no one. Double coverage does whatever the fuck we want. You ain't telling us who we're giving the Le Mans of the week to. Get the hell out of here. Anyway, this week, the pure fire, because what Anthony created in terms of the memes, which are still that Godfather one,
good.
man. I am still pissing myself over the Godfather one. Has just been the Michael Jackson popcorn, baby. I just love that shit. Card porn versus Anthony Collects has just been so entertaining.
I feel like
so entertaining, bro.
I'm too petty for them. They
It's just been so entertaining, and not for anything. They are great sports, and
yeah.
And I know it's been spoken about on different podcasts and all this stuff. Yeah. And honestly, it's just genuine fun in the hobby. There is no animosity in any sense. If anyone thinks there's animosity, then you're just too negative on anything. Like, it's time that we start mingling. Doesn't matter if you're in Australia or you're in America or you're in Europe. It doesn't matter, or China or Africa. I don't care where you're based. It's all about having fun. You know, we are a community. North Pole,
Antarctica.
Yeah, if you're getting distribution in the North Pole, then holy shit,
they're getting more than me. I'll tell you that,
bro. Go follow that account, bro. Go follow that account. So, honestly, boys, it's been so much fun. But Anth, it was amazing. It was fantastic.
Shout out to them. They took it on the chin.
That stuff, man. We genuinely.
Actually, you know what I should do? I want to do
that was some good quality banter. Like, it didn't go too far. No one it wasn't getting personal. It was just good quality.
Some of the memes did go a bit too far. But
I went nutty on some of those memes. But at the end of the day, that's what it is. What it is.
All fun.
You got it. I was punching upwards, and it's the bigger account. You just got to take it to them. Went toe to toe, and I feel like I'm a winner. I'm a winner in that instance.
I say the poll did no justice. Justice. The conversation was about
so well. I'm surprised let's be honest here. For 30% of people to think that they're going for in support of F1, and that account is massive, but that's a predominantly NBA focused account.
Yeah.
So 30% of that is I'm chuffed with that. I'm pretty happy with it. So
100%.
It's
and
just,
we ain't appointing you the one of the week. Don't worry about that. We let that slide.
It was brilliant.
But we just love car points.
I want to find who got the someone made a brilliant meme. The one with the truck.
Oh, was that Cosmic?
Cosmic, yeah.
Cosmic. Let me tell you right now, Cosmic won that giveaway the second he dropped that. I got to ship him out a Formula One pack ASAP. That was brilliant. I was literally laughing. That's brilliant.
Make sure you put that up on your story just to let them know as well.
100%.
That was so funny. I was pissing. I opened that, man. I pissed myself laughing.
It was interesting the accounts that actually commented on that. Like, and I got a couple DMs. I won't say from who, but the DMs I got were from pretty big accounts, and they're like, "Wow, credit to you. You're taking it to Cardboard." And I think people have this illusion Cardboard's the big bad guy, but at the end of the day, whether it's a group of people or one person, it's just another person. You're just going to take it to them as if they're another person. Like, I feel
everyone's the same. It doesn't matter how many followers you have or anything.
Yeah, exactly right.
That's that Aussie mentality, though. Like us Aussies, like Azuro when he went against the Haaland. All of us, like we're just.
Is he on a similar sort of? Group. He'd be sort of similar, though, wouldn't he? We all backed him too. We all just back each other. It's good.
The moral of the story is for anyone that's internationally, like, and you want to go at Australian accounts.
Yeah,
don't do it. Don't.
We honestly, we live. Honestly, we live for this shit. We really want you to do this, and we love it.
Please,
we love banter in this country so much.
And you know what? A lot of people actually liked it. Like, I'm looking through now. You got Lucas Tigers and Bronze, Eric Myers, who's like a godfather in the hobby. He even commented hilarious. A lot of accounts were just messaging saying this is brilliant. People they need this.
That's good
you
support.
Can't just have someone running the show. You got to
support as well.
Yeah, you gotta shoot at the big boy.
You
once
shoot
in a
your
while.
shot, and you shot it, and let's be honest, you hit a hole in one. You hit a hole in one.
You won. Definitely. And not for anything, I'm still waiting on the response. Car Porn said they make memes as well, but I've seen nothing yet. So I think they've conceded defeat.
I went to the drawing. Look, let me be clear. I made those 5 memes took me half an hour at work. So if I had a night to sit on it and really I wanted to dig deep, I'll dig deep. But Cardboard, I feel like they knew. They're like, okay, he made 5 memes. They tried to make the one, and it was over. It was over before it started. I think they just gave up and let it off. And credit to them. I wouldn't go up against me. Not in that mindset. I was ready to go. I love this shit, bro. When I got home, I was even like thinking, do I double back with another one? I found
was more.
The one that I didn't make that I wanted to make was Jimmy Butler in the F1 car when he's get driven around.
In the
drag
yes.
car.
Hey, there's still time. There's still time.
Anyway,
Yeah.
is what it is.
It was good, man. It was good.
It was a good battle. Until next time.
Until next time. That's it. We love it. We
Sequel.
appreciate the support.
What's the sequel going to be?
Well, it can be
That's
tomorrow
it.
if you want. No, but honestly, the support we get in all our individual accounts from people overseas and from people here in this country, and the way we interact with everyone, like we're all appreciative of all of that, the hobby interaction and the relationships we've built, and it's all fun, and it doesn't bother me. Like if anyone ever puts stuff about it, like it's just funny. We love that shit. It's just so good. And that's the community we want. We want to have a laugh, but also be able to inform people on what's happening. And that's it. Call out people when we have to call out people when they're doing the wrong thing. Inform people when we have to. But the rest of the time, show your collection and have a laugh. As simple as that. So that's it, boys. Good stuff.
That's it.
All right. On behalf of myself, Sauce, Luke, and Anth, it's been crunch time. Coming up big when it counts. Peace.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Crunch Time.